Hello everybody. So today I'm going to show you how to do this marquee number. It's so easy, so simple, and it's fun to do it. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so let's start by taking a measurements. Okay, so I'm going to do 4.5 inches from the corner to the longest side of the plywood, and I'm going to take another 4.5 inches from the corner to the short side of the plywood. Okay, and then I'm just going to cross a line, and I'm going to go ahead and do this to the four corners. Okay, so with this I will create my outside corners. Okay, so I'm go ahead and do the same in other corners. Okay, 4.5 inches. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, my letters are going to be 48 inches tall by 30 inches wide. Okay, so now that I did the four corners, the outside corners, I'm gonna measure 9 inches from the edge of the plywood. Okay, and I'm gonna repeat this on four side of the plywood I'm using. Okay, 9 inches is because that's how thick I want my letters to be, 9 inches. All right, so once I'm done with marking 9 inches, I'm gonna go ahead and trace a line. And after that, I'm gonna do my inside corners, okay? And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna add 1 inch from where the line connects to the short side, 1 inch, and from the line to the other side, another 1 inch. Or I can do 10 inches from the edge of the wood. Okay, 10 inches to the short side of the plywood, and 10 inches, same thing, from the edge of the plywood towards the longest side of it. Okay, so once I have that, my inch on each side, I can just cross the line, and that will be my inner or inside corners. And I will do the same on the four corners. Okay, so I do it 10 inches from the edge of the wood, and again I do another 10 inches from the edge of the wood. Okay, I'll connect those 2 points, and that'll be my corner inside, my inside corners, I'm sorry. So now I'm gonna draw another line for my lights. Okay, so now my letters are 9 inches thick, so I know the middle is gonna be 4.5 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark 4.5 inches all around the plywood that I'm using. Okay, from the edge, again 4.5 from the edge of the plywood. So once I'm done marking 4.5 inches all around my plywood, I'm gonna go ahead and connect them all. Okay, I'm gonna draw a line, and this line is gonna be my line for all my lights. Okay, so that's where the lights are gonna be. So now I'm gonna mark the corners as well. Okay, so I'm gonna look the half of it. Now from here to here, I should have 10 inches. Okay, so half of it is 5. I go ahead and mark 5, and then I just cross the line. Okay, so again, from the inside corner to the outside corner, I should have 10 inches, and half of it is 5. So I just go ahead and draw the line there too. Okay, so now I'm gonna mark where I'm gonna drill the holes. Okay, so for that I'm using this little spacer, which I already cut it at 5.25. Okay, so that's gonna be my spacer. Okay, 5.25. So now for that, I'm gonna measure it. The from one edge to my plywood to the other should be 48 inches. Okay, so that's how tall my letter is gonna be, 48 inches. So half of it is 24. I'll mark there, and then from there I use my spacer. Okay, so at this point you can do either 5 inches apart, 6 inches apart, 10 inches apart. This is pretty much up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and mark it. Okay, but I always start from the middle to the right and from the middle to the left. Then I will do the same on the short side of the plywood. Okay, so now I know it's 30 inches, so half of it 15, and same thing. I'll go from there to the right. Okay, using my spacer, and that's it. Pretty much it. So I'm already have everything marked, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the plywood. Okay, so to cut the plywood, what I did is I only used my circular saw, and I'm sorry that I forgot to record that part. I thought I was recording it, but hey, things happens, and sorry, sorry about that. But anyway, it's all pretty much clean and straight cuts. All right. So anyway, so let's keep on working on this marquee number now. Okay, so remember that we cross a line at 4.5 inches from the edge of the plywood. All right, so that was the line for the lights. Okay, so that's where all the lights are gonna be. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start um, drilling the holes. Okay. For that, I use this bit, which is 5/8. Okay, so that's the one I'm using, and I'm just gonna go ahead and drill the holes all around my number. Okay, so now that I'm done drilling all these holes around the number, okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna sand it up a little bit, and then we can just go to the next step, which is the cables. Okay, that's the fun part. So like I said, so now I'm gonna just go ahead and sand it up a little bit, okay, and I decide to go ahead and paint it white before I actually start putting the cables. All right, so I'm gonna sand it. So now I'm painting my marquee number, okay. Um, the reason I'm painting them now is because once I put all the cables and once I put all the sockets and the number, it's gonna be harder to paint it. So I think right now it's all flat, so I can do it better. Like I can paint it better, and now I don't have to worry about this later. All right. Okay, so now let me show you the stuff that I need for the electrical part. Okay, so just this is so easy too. So these ones are the female plugs. Okay. Now these ones are the male plugs. All right, I got all these from Amazon. And these ones are the sockets. Okay, the light sockets. Okay, so I got all this from Amazon, and I'm gonna put the link for all these items down below the video. Okay, and these ones are the actually light bulbs. All right, so like I said, all this is from Amazon, and this is the only piece that I got from Lowe's. All right, these are called lamp wires, and if I'm not mistaken, this one is 250 feet long. Okay, so that's enough for a lot of letters or numbers, whichever you decide to do. Okay, so on our next step, we're gonna insert these little sockets into the little holes that I already pre-drill. Okay, so just have in mind this. If you see, all of them has like a little bump. You see this bump right here? All right. So these bumps, when you put them into, or when you insert them into the plywood, all right, make sure they all go around and they're all facing the same way. Okay, so just make sure they're all facing the same way. When you're inserting the sockets into the little holes, all right, some of them might go easy, and some of them you might need to do a little to hit a little bit with the rubber hammer, I believe it's called. I mean, I don't know what's the name of it, but it looks like a hammer, but it's just rubber on one side. All right, so like I said, just give it a little push with it, and that will do it. Don't hit it too hard because you might break it. Just give it a one or two hits, and that's it. Okay, so once you're done inserting all the sockets, okay, this is how it's gonna look in the back. You see the little bumps, might be hard to see, but they all facing the same direction, okay, all of them. Okay, so now we're gonna start putting the wire, okay, the lamp wire all around the ladder. All right. For this, we need to find out which one is the hot wire. Okay, so the hot wire, okay, is gonna be the smooth side of the wires. Okay, the wire has two wires together, all right, but one is smooth and the other one is like it has like a little rip to it, all right. So the smooth one is going to be the hot wire. Okay, so now once you identify this, now you're going to identify which one is the hot side on your socket. All right, so on your socket, if you see the part where you insert the light bulb, all right, it has like two little gold plates. All right, one is in the middle, which is all the one the bottom, all right, and one is on the threads. All right, so the one on the bottom is the hot side of the socket. All right, so you just got to kind of match up the hot wire, okay, which is the smooth, to the hot part of the socket, which is the bottom one. All right, so and just go ahead and run the wire through the whole through all the sockets. Okay, make sure you do hat to hat. All right, don't mess up in there. That's the only thing that you gotta keep an eye and keep in mind. All right, make sure it goes the hot wire to the hot part of the socket. So once you have this figured out, all right, just put the cable through it, all right, through the socket. All right, give it a little push and then use the clips. All right, sometimes the clips is not that easy to go in, so what you want to do is you just might want to hit it like a few times. All right, don't hit it too hard again because it might break. All right, so just hit it enough in order to be secure. So now that I'm almost done here doing the last circuit, all right, I just wanted to show you, as you see on the video, all the clips, all right, they're all facing the same way. You see, like they're all facing towards the edge of the number of my number. Okay, so make sure you have it like that. All right. So now I'm gonna cut my cables so I can go ahead and do the male plug and the female plug. These are the plugs that are going to the wall, okay? And the female plug is the one that's going to my next letter. If I decide to put another either letter or number right next to this one, okay? So while I was fixing the video, I noticed that I was showing you how to do the connections for the male and the female plug, but I was off camera. Like I say, I don't I don't do this for a living. I mean, I was just doing the video to show you guys how easy it is to do these letters, and I'm not a professional doing videos or doing this kind of stuff, and I'm very sorry about that again. But I decided to do another small video on how to do the connections. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this little piece of wood as my number. Okay, so I'm gonna insert the socket into it. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over now, and now you're gonna see the little metal pieces sticking out. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the wire. Okay, we're gonna push it in. All right, make sure the smooth side of the wire goes with the hot side of the socket. Okay, and now have you seen the little bump right there and the little bump on the clip? All right, they both got to match. All right, and they're gonna be facing the same direction. All right, so once you do that, just give it a little push. All right, make sure it clicks. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab my male plug. All right, so at the end of the cable, you're gonna cut a little. You see how I did it? Like I split it just a little bit. All right, so that goes inside the plug. All right, so now the smooth side is going to match the thin side of the plug. Okay, so you're going to be looking for the thin or the smallest part of the plug. That's going to be your hat. All right, so once you put them in there, you push it down a little bit and you use the clip to close it. All right, some of them close easy. All right, just like that. Like just give it a little push and it'll be closed. All right, and that's it. Those little metal pieces that they're sticking out, they're gonna perforate a little hole on the cable, and that's how you're gonna transmit the electricity. Okay, so we do the same on the female. All right, you just put them in. Make sure you match the hot wire to the hot side of the plug. All right, and then once again, just the clip, push it up a little bit. All right. If it gets hard, you can get a set of pliers and use it. All right, and just give it a little push with them. Look, just like this, and you close. All right, and that's it. This is all you need. Okay, so now I'm gonna test it. Okay, I'm gonna see if everything is hooked up the right way. Okay, so like I said, like just follow the hot wire to all the hot parts of the socket and the plugs, and that's it. All right, so let me see. Now I'm gonna go ahead and plug it and see if it's working. All right, we got light. You see the light? All right, so that's it. I mean, it's so simple. I mean, at the beginning, it might look hard, it might look scary, but believe me, it's easy. It's so simple to do it. You can do it. Okay, so going back to the original video, I'm just making sure the all the sockets are working perfect. All right, so I just got to make sure they're all good before I start doing the framing. Okay, so it seems like everything is fine, and I'm just gonna go here and start doing the framing. Okay, so on my next step, what I did, I already cut this little piece of wood. Okay, this wood is 3 inches thick. All right, so that's how much I want my letters to be the depth. All right, so it's gonna be 3 inches depth. Um, so what I'm doing, I'm using the back of it, and I'm just crossing a line so that way I know where I'm gonna staple it. Okay, so that way, like I don't miss anything, I don't hit, all over. All right, so now what I'm gonna do next, I'm just gonna put them together like that. All right, I'm gonna use a clamp. All right, I'll put it like that together. And then I use that as my spacer for 3 inches depth, like that. You see? So now I know I have a line crossing the back of it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stapler. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. Okay, just all right, a little bit of glue right there. So now I'm gonna just grab the piece. I already got like a little I call these little pieces of wood, I call them my helpers, because I don't got nobody else there to like to hold it, so I got to kind of invent something to make my work easier. All right, so if you see, I don't know if you get the idea, but like that's what I'm using as my 3 inches depth. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stapler, and this is pretty much what I do all around the number. All right, so just go ahead and take measurements and cut them and put them in there, just like that. Okay, so here's another sample of how I'm using the little spacer that I did. All right, so this piece is already cut, like I say, 3 inches. All right, so that's 3 inches depth for my letters. All right, so just make sure they're all like even when you're using them. All right, so now the same little piece of wood, I'm using it to cross the line. Okay, look, so I do it like that. You cross the line, so that way when you're about to use the stapler right under the line, you're safe. Okay, so now let me show you this. I'm already done framing the number. Okay, and as you see this, the wood, the little piece of wood sticking up. I mean that's okay. I mean don't worry about that because this is all wood and it can be sanded. All right, so it's gonna be all nice and even. All right, so all these little cuts, like the corner cuts, are at 45 degrees angle. All right, and like I said, don't worry about that. It's going to be sanded. Now, you see all these little gaps and excess of glue? You should clean it like as soon as you see them, just clean them. It'll be a lot easier to work with them. All right, you see all these little gaps right there? everything is going to be covered. Okay, and as you see, I'm all done. All right, so this is it. I'm done with the number. All the little gaps already covered. I already sand them, and now I'm painting them all white. Okay, I did two coats of paint. And well, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. This video was fun to do it. And like I said before, I mean, I'm not a professional doing videos or even talking. Like, I mean, I don't really like talking because my English. I mean, English is not my first language, so it's hard for me to pronounce some of the words. Okay, but like I said, I try my best to help you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoy this video and like it. All right. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't be afraid. Just write them down on the comment box. All right. So I'll see you guys, and like I said, I hope you like the video.